Hello, all you folks out there in YouTube land. Lord Crocker Squirrel back again, this time with something a hair closer to my squirrely art, Plantera. In the interest of full disclosure, I received a review code for this game a little while ago, and it looked like it could provide a few minutes of distraction, so why not? Now, if there's anything everyone has an opinion about, it's food. And this game looks to deliver on that in the form of a garden clicker game that looks cute and silly, but is surprisingly not awful. Like Tap Heroes, it tries to take in the idea of clicking on things that could theoretically take care of themselves, kicks it up a notch, proving both simpler in form and quite a bit more difficult to play. If you're like me and ADHD enough to make Pillsy look calm and collected, there are a million things that could go on at any given moment. You have to keep track of them all. Easy peasy, right? Not so fast. It starts off a bit slow and easily controlled and rapidly becomes anything but. You've got a little plot of land and several different things you can put on each section, and once you've earned enough money, you can add 2 more sections to it, and 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more. The first plant of each type in your garden is cheap, but as you add more and more of a particular type, it gets dramatically more expensive, not to mention harder to keep track of not only the crops that come out of those bits, but the various critters that come around to eat those things. Local fauna is easy enough to deal with, just click them and they go away, with the exception of predators, which take at least a couple kicks and send them running for their furry little lives. There are also little glowy butterflies to click on and pick up bonus coin, as well as the occasional ladybug. Beyond that, it's your crops that are going to make up the bulk of your money, and the non-garden critters that are going to take it away from you unless you find them before the damage can be done. The art style is cutesy and the sound effects are nice, but the music is way too loud to let you hear the audio cues that tell you when an interloper is in your space. As there's no way to adjust it, I had to click the music off so I can keep track of when and what kind of invaders I had to deal with. As for our tenders, you start with 1, and that number grows based on the number of plants you have growing at any given time. They don't seem to draw wages, so it's not like you're out anything when the game foists off a couple more on you. Besides, they pick up the food that harvests itself for cash. Far be it from me to complain. End of the day, here's what I'm thinking. For the casual audience that likes cute, you can hardly go wrong for $3 on Steam. It's a simple, solid, relatively inoffensive title with little in the way of bugs to ruin your day. It saves itself every couple of minutes and would probably work well on your Windows Phone or tablet, not to mention your average rock or potato. It has both full screen and Windows modes, although a proper computer, you'll probably want full screen. The Windows mode is tiny and hard to operate on a 23-inch monitor. There are a couple of things I didn't like about it. The lack of volume controls. I already complained about this once. Beyond, well, okay, on and off. I realize this is a complete game on Steam, but I think a pair of sliders or a numerical dial to reduce the volume a bit wouldn't be all that difficult. I mean, it's not a bug as it was operating as intended. I do like the music in game, and it just wasn't working for me, especially when your best friend is the rest of the sound design. The other, of course, is that it feels like a mobile port. It doesn't appear on either the App Store or Google Play, so I'm left to assume it was in fact designed for PCs and hasn't been ported to Android and iOS yet. The real audience for a game like this would be tablet owners who can take their devices around with them on the bus or hand them to the kids in the back seat or what have you. It really feels like they kind of maybe missed an opportunity here, and while that's kind of sad, I can't really knock them for their choices. Now for a score. It's a $3 game, and if you've got the right mindset and some time to kill, I can easily see somebody getting their money out of it. The graphics are a cute pixel style thing, and there's enough variation in the various assets. You can tell what it is with a flick of the eye, rather than breaking up whatever rhythm you might have going to actually look at the damn thing. Music included, it's much more difficult to identify threats. So there's your hard mode, folks. Turn the music off, it goes a lot. Plantera is fun for diversion when you just don't have what it takes to play a more complex game while managing to be both challenging and fun. Not recommended for folks with carpal tunnel syndrome, but I figure pretty much everybody else will enjoy it. I'm giving Plantera an overall recommend with a score of 65. Solid fun, good for art and assassinating the clock, but the music was really a killer. I did actually like the music itself, but it really does get in the way of gameplay. That's not a good thing. As always, link to the game in the description as well as a row, whether it be by liking and sharing, subscribing, commenting, or even a donation towards the cost of a new computer and keeping the lights and internet on via the Wishlist, Patreon, or PayPal. All of those links will be down in the description as well. Every little bit helps, and we love to hear from you. Till next time.